Here are 5 open source free tools that are actually useful. You can bookmark them right now and use them today. I've been collecting open source projects for so long now, I think I have the biggest list out there. So if you're building something cool, just send your repo in the comment below. I'm always hunting for new awesome projects and you maybe end up in one of my videos. Here is the first one. It is called Open Usage. You can find it on openusage.ai. And if you're working with AI, this is a perfect tool for you, especially if you're working with multiple AIs. So we can see here exactly what it is. So you have here all your limitations inside of one app, and you can see here your session weekly for Claude, for Cursor, for anything that you are using. You can see your limitations right here, and it is so easy to use. You just download it and it works automatically. We can see here with all the tools. So here we have Codex, Claude, Cursor, Copilot, etc., even Windsurf, and you never have to wonder again, like they said it here. So you have in one tool all your AI limitations and you can see everything. Now, the problem here for me was that, for example, if I'm doing something with Claude and I have no clue like my limitations, I have to go to claude.ai, then to settings, then to my limitations, and then I can see like daily limitation is 100% for me. And here it is easy, you just use it here from your app and you can see your limitations for this day, for this week, etc. And you don't have to worry about that part anymore. This project is created by one awesome developer, also YouTuber, maybe you know him. This is one really awesome guy. Follow him on YouTube and on X. He's giving really good AI advice and he's a big AI person, to say it like that. Awesome guy. So definitely follow him and bookmark this one, openusage.ai, awesome product, using it every day. I love it. Second project I'm going to show you is so cool. If you love Lucid icons, then you are going to love this one even more. It is called Lucid Animated and they mixed up motion plus Lucid icons and you are getting these awesome, let me zoom in this one for you, awesome animated icons. Check this out. When I put my mouse over this activity, you can see here animation and it is looking so good. Check out this airplane right here. This is so good to give like that interactive feeling to your app. I discovered this one recently. I'm still not using it anywhere, but I want to use it, especially look at these hamburger icons. This is really awesome. And check out like all these annoyed smiley and this angry. This one is looking so good. Like, I can't wait to use this one somewhere. And you can see how they organized everything in a good way. You have here, for example, on Command F, you can search for any icon. So we can press here, like putting key, and we have all the keys and things like that. So they did everything really well. I love the UI, UX, and also they have really good number of stars. We can see here they already have 7,100 stars. I didn't even put a star, I forgot. So now they have one more, and really awesome project. Go check them out and definitely bookmark also this one. You are going to need this one if you want to put in some nice subtle animations on your app. This is really a good choice. And here is our third project. Check out how sick is this landing page. I love this new Sandy thing that is popular nowadays. And this one is also created by one really awesome developer. And here we can create beautiful images, zero effort. I love that sentence that they have on the landing page because it is definitely that. And check this one out. So I can now put here my OrcCN image for an example, and we can choose here whatever we want. So we have here, we can edit all the things. Basically, we can put in like different frames. You can see for my image right here. This is, for example, good if we are sharing some code or something like that. We can control the shadows and things. Like, we can control basically everything. But what is the most important thing is the background. So we can put here all those fancy backgrounds that we can see nowadays on all the, like on X and everywhere where people are sharing some screenshots. This is really an awesome tool for something like that. We can put here even like shadows. Check this one out. For example, this is really awesome variation. So if I put, for example, this paper right here, and then I put, for example, this shadow, you see, we can create here, like we can get pretty creative on this app. It looks really awesome, but the best one that I'm using very often, it's I think this one. Yes, this one is looking so good when you put some screenshot of your application, of some like landing page or something like that. It looks really good, and you can play around. You have so many things here to try out. Like you can try out all of these. You have also those sandy look like it is on the landing page. You can do basically whatever you want, and it is really giving that professional feeling. You can even here create a screenshot and put it on your landing page as some kind of like screenshot from your app or something like that. Like you can do also the 3D things right here. It is so good. This is one really awesome project, and Kartik, the creator of this project, was also accepted for the Vercel open source program with this project right here. So bookmark this one. You're going to need it. It is free, it is open source, and you can come here and create whatever you want. It is so easy. You just come here, put in your effects, save your image as PNG or whatever you want, and just use it somewhere. This is one really awesome project, and I'm using it, I think, on daily basis, but I'm using it really a lot. Now, this is one project that is really close to my heart, and it's the first ever, and I would say the only collection of widgets for the web. So we can take all these awesome looking widgets and just put them inside of our application and use them wherever we like. It is so easy. It's using the shadcn registry. So we just need this command, for example, npx shadcn latest add and then wiggle UI widget, and we can use any widget from here. This is such a good concept, and people are not using this one enough on their applications. So this one is also fully open source. We can see that it is shadcn UI compatible, actively maintained. This is one really awesome developer as well. And we can see here when we go get started how we can use this one. And it is really easy. If you use shadcn, you're going to know how to use this one as well. And we have here multiple widgets. So for example, we have this clock, which we can put on our application so users can know the time and things like that. It's really like giving that some live feeling to your application. So if you need to use something like this, this is really a good way how to import something instead of creating it. You can just take here this clock and put it inside of your application, and that's it. So then we have things like weather, for example. This is something that is always tricky to create. You can just put in this one inside of application, put in location or a dynamic location, and it is going to know like the weather. So this one is really interesting. Also, we have the calendar. We see these mini calendars, how they look. This is really awesome. I love this one. I want to use this one on one application of mine that I'm going to create. I'm still thinking how to use it exactly. Also, we have here like some to-do list for the day. So it is looking something like Apple Watch, and that's really good. It has a good design, and it is also dynamic. You can change anything you like. And also there is a medium type of widget, which is really good, and also large. So you can put this anything like anywhere you like. You can also put it like to be dynamic depending on the resolution. You can use large for big screens, and you can use these small for small screens. So you can do basically whatever you like. Like with all shadcn libraries, this is totally flexible. I love this project, and check this one out. Give this guy a star. And final project is a project that we definitely need to talk more about, and it is Coolify, a self-hosting alternative to Vercel, Netlify, and all other hosting platforms, and it is totally free and open source. I already made a short format video about Coolify before, and people were telling me in the comments that I'm lying, that this is not free and that you still need a server in order to run Coolify. And that server part is true, so you definitely need a place where you're going to put your apps, database, or website, or whatever it is. But the self-hosting part is totally free and open source. So it is much cheaper to have your own server than to pay some hosting services like Vercel, Heroku, etc. And that's especially for the scaling part. You've probably seen those horror stories where people are paying thousands of dollars when their hosting options goes off the charts with their users, activity, etc. Well, here you don't have that. You just create your own hosting and it is working like that forever. Of course, again, with more activity, you probably need to pay more for your server, but that comes in a different way. It is not like on all other platforms where you're paying like thousands of dollars. You can pay maybe $50 more, $100 more. It doesn't matter. It is still much cheaper than to pay thousands of dollars. So if you're planning to create something and to scale, you need to know about Coolify. There is also one really good way you can host your own app on a Raspberry Pi. Now, that one is definitely, you just need to buy Raspberry Pi, and after that, it is free. So that's like, if you want to do something like totally free, you can do something like that. If you don't have many users, that one is a pretty good option. So you definitely need to know about Coolify. This is one really awesome app, and one really serious team is working behind Coolify, and I can say only good things about this one. There is also their cloud service. You can pay for that one if you want. It's $5 plus $3 per month per additional server. Again, this one is much cheaper than any other hosting option. So come here, check it out, bookmark it. You're going to need this one. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about these open source tools? And for more content like this, join the mighty Horde, subscribe.